Welcome to Torah 2. To what extent does God help Jews? The Rebbe answers that God makes all events, even among non-Jews, happen for the sake of the Jews. We learn this from this week's Parsha Va'era, where God brings devastating plagues amongst the Egyptians for the sake of punishing the Egyptians for their wickedness, and also for the purpose of the Egyptians recognizing godliness. Rashi explains an additional reason that God brings retribution among the nations in order that Israel should hear and fear God, as stated explicitly in the beginning of next week's Torah portion, where God says, I have hardened his heart so that I may set in their midst these signs of mine. You will thus know that I am God. The Rebbe explains that we see from this how events among non-Jews, even when they deserve punishment, are for the sake of the Jewish people. This theme is further emphasized in the Haftarah, the portion from the prophets corresponding to the weekly portion, where Yechezkel prophesies how Egypt will be destroyed by Babylon because Egypt was an untrustworthy ally to the Jewish people. Then the prophecy concludes with God's message to Yechezkel, quote, On that day I will cause the sovereignty of the house of Israel to flourish, and I will grant you the opportunity to speak openly among them, and they will know that I am God. At this point of the prophecy, Yechezkel was already accepted as a prophet by the majority of the Jewish people, but there was still a minority which did not accept Yechezkel. In order to get this small minority to accept Yechezkel as a prophet, God caused the two world superpowers at the time to fight. This was an event that involved tens of thousands of soldiers and reshaped the geopolitical situation at that time. The Rebbe's directive is that every Jew must learn from this the following principle. Every event that happens in the world, even among non-Jews, is all for the sake of the Jews. Therefore, we must not become fearful by world events, and instead must strengthen our trust in God and increase our observance of Torah and mitzvahs as a preparation for the imminent redemption. Also, we must learn from the Haftarah that since God caused a world war just so that a few Jews would accept Yechezkel as a prophet, how much more so should we do whatever we can to bring even one Jew closer by putting on tefillin, keeping Shabbos, and the like. By influencing even one Jew to perform one more mitzvah, one can tip the balance and hasten the coming of the redemption now.